Okay, so question is, what's the worst movie trope? What's the worst movie trope? What's a trope? सबसे खराब फिल्म कौन सी है? Wow. Then what is the mean of tropes? It doesn't really make any sense. The construction of the sentence make it kind of like a bit difficult, but whatever. The what's the worst movie that you ever watch? Worst movie. Okay. So usually, like a process of selection of watching movie is depend on that ki like is this movie is about. Okay, first of all is that ki if I wanted to watch movies in theater, so I usually supposed to watch movies which is kind of like a bit popular, like a Marvel movies or any some sort of movies which is like a the marketing team and everything is really popular. So then I should supposed to give the chance to watch the movie in theater. Okay, but usually I didn't really watch that many movie in theater. Okay, then another source of watching movie is Netflix. In the Netflix, I usually prefer to watch rom-com movie, rom-com romantic comedy movie. I don't want to watch kind of like a something really serious and things like that. Okay. Because of that, usually I'm doing kind of like a some sort of like when I watch movies, I watch movies while doing editing. Like a chopping is a process takes too much time and it doesn't really require that much attention. During that process, I usually watch movies and I usually prefer light-hearted movies, rom-com and comedy movies. So yeah, and usually in Netflix it has a 1 hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, maybe 2 hour of movie, which is kind of like a sufficient. Okay, yeah, but like and basically is this thing ki I never really get kind of like a some sort of like a thing that ki this is kind of like a something really worse movie. Yeah, but somehow in kind of like that ki experience like I haven't really watched that much movie, that many movie that I should supposed to this is kind of like a something really a worse movie at all. But I'm not really remember that much. Okay, what's the worst movie? Maybe mm, no, probably like the every movie that I watch like all the movies I like mostly. Okay, yeah. Uh, but I don't really think that what is the kind of like a worst movie that I watch. Okay, but yeah, the question is about what is the worst movie. They didn't really ask what you watch. They asked that what is really the worst movie. Well, worst movie. Yeah, I could say the Adi Purush movie was released in maybe last year. This movie is telling a story about the Ramayana, and first of all is that the like basically Ramayan is actually meant for kind of like a something really very action packed movie, and and for this action packed movie required really heavy graphics and creatures and things like that. And the director of that movie Om Raut didn't really pull off that character in the VFX department properly. Okay, most of the things feels like cartoon, and most of the things looks like really unrealistic, so which is like kind of like a something really worse movie maybe. Yeah, and yeah, it is a worse movie from every point of perspective. I'm not talking about as a dialogue, I'm talking about not a VFX, but in the dialogue too they actually use really not good that much good dialogue. So from my point of perspective maybe Adi Purush, yeah, because it's a kind of like a very not really good movie in every category. Yeah. Next question.